You hear these sounds a lot on TV shows, right? Have you ever wondered how live television shows began? The talk shows, late night shows, and comedy programs we watch today are actually the result of years of evolution. In the early years of television, most programs were pre recorded and carefully edited, but the concept of live broadcasting brought a revolutionary change by offering audiences an immediate and unfiltered experience. In the United States, live shows started gaining popularity in the 1950s, transforming the entertainment landscape of television. However, by the 1970s, this format had largely become stagnant, predictable, and risk averse. At this turning point, a visionary figure emerged who would shake up the television industry and breathe new life into comedy: Lorne Michaels. Under his leadership, Saturday Night Live, SNL, was born, not just as a comedy show, but as a groundbreaking production that provided a satirical lens on social and political events. So, how did SNL come to life, and how did it reshape television history? Let's take a closer look at the birth of this legendary show. The early 1970s was a period of great social change in America. Major events such as the Vietnam War, civil rights movements, women's rights, and youth rebellions deeply affected society. There was a search for innovation within the community, and especially young people showed great resistance against old norms. Television was a medium that slowly reflected these changes, but at that time, most programs were generally very safe, dull, and ordinary. Television of this era remained indifferent to social issues, and almost everything followed a traditional path. However, there was one man who would shape the future of television: Lorne Michaels. Michaels aimed to create a revolution in the television industry. Instead of producing a show that only focused on making people laugh, he wanted to entertain while also making his audience think. At a time when television shows were not broadcast live, Michaels proposed to NBC that a television program should not only reflect social events, but also encourage audiences to think about current issues through humor. This innovative approach was initially met with skepticism by network executives. However, Lorne did not lose his determination and pressed forward with his vision, which would usher in a new era of television. On October 11th, 1975, the show that Lorne Michaels had envisioned finally hit the airwaves: Saturday Night Live. Michaels wanted the show to be much more than an ordinary comedy program. This was not just a platform for popular singers or comedians to perform. He aimed to use the show to address current events with a satirical approach. The first cast was named The Not Ready for Primetime Players, a title that brought together a group of creative individuals who were pushing the boundaries of traditional television. Among the cast members were Chevy Chase, John Belushi, Gilda Radner, Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, and Garrett Morris, who would later become some of the biggest comedians and actors in American television history. The first episode was hosted by renowned comedian George Carlin and featured musical guests Billy Preston and Janice Ian. Saturday Night Live aimed to engage its audience primarily through comedic sketches and live musical performances. Each episode was filled with satirical takes on current events, particularly political figures and social issues. The phrase, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night," became a symbolic opening line, capturing the excitement and energy of the live broadcast. The first season faced many challenges. NBC was unsure how successful this innovative program would be, and at times the content was seen as unusual. Low initial ratings and negative reviews did not deter Michaels and his team. The early seasons had an unconventional format and an extraordinary approach. Since everything was performed live, technical glitches occurred. Some sketches turned out weirder than expected, and audiences sometimes struggled to understand the humor. However, Lorne Michaels knew that over time, viewers would adapt to this different style, and he remained patient as the show evolved. He believed in the show's potential and continued to present fresh and unique content each week, gradually reaching a broader audience. This bold and innovative approach began to pay off. The show started gaining attention and eventually became a significant part of American culture. Political satire and social commentary became some of its strongest elements. Many American leaders, from Richard Nixon to Gerald Ford, were frequently parodied on the show. These parodies were not just entertaining, but also contributed to the rise of political comedy. By humorously portraying political figures, SNL gave audiences a new perspective on them. Over time, SNL became a platform that addressed social and cultural issues in a humorous way, encouraging people to think. The program transcended being just a television show and turned into a cultural phenomenon. Through its satirical lens, SNL questioned society and offered audiences an opportunity to reflect on social events. Moreover, the show was not just about comedy. It also served as a vehicle for political and social messaging. This kind of content was revolutionary for television at the time. Many comedians and actors took major steps in their careers thanks to SNL. The show launched the careers of comedy legends such as Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Chris Rock, Will Ferrell, and Adam Sandler. These comedians went on to star in major television and film projects after their time on SNL. One of the secrets to SNL's success was its ability to constantly reinvent and adapt. Every season introduced a new cast, fresh content, and a different approach. This constant renewal kept audiences engaged. Each new season brought new excitement and fresh energy. Michaels and his team fully utilized the show's flexible structure and creative freedom. Saturday Night Live evolved beyond just a television program. It became a cultural institution. Today, it remains one of the longest running television shows. The journey that began on October 11th, 1975, has continued into 2025, making SNL one of the most significant productions in American television history. Lorne Michaels' creative vision not only created a television show, but also played a crucial role in shaping popular culture and the evolution of American television. Since its inception, has continued to address political and social topics with a humorous perspective, maintaining its cultural legacy. In the television world, SNL represents a powerful combination of comedy and social commentary, creating a space where audiences not only laugh but also think. Over the years, the show has become an icon, not just in America but worldwide, with its legacy growing stronger each year. Lorne Michaels' bold step marked the beginning of a movement that transformed television, comedy, and society itself. And this is how it all began, and it still continues. Saturday Night Live started as a bold experiment that pushed the boundaries of television and comedy, and over the decades, it has become an inseparable part of American pop culture. From political issues to social criticism, from groundbreaking performances to legendary cast members, SNL has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. What began as a risky venture in 1975 has now become a timeless institution, shaping the careers of countless comedians and reflecting societal changes. As long as there are stories to tell and audiences to entertain, SNL will continue to reinvent itself and resonate with new generations. The lights are on, the cameras are rolling, And once again, that familiar phrase echoes.
New York is Saturday!